A lawyer trying to get tickets to a Broadway show finally settled for a couple of seats a year in advance. When the exciting night arrived and he sat down in his seat, a woman in front of the lawyer noticed the empty seat next to him and asked why such a valuable commodity was unused. The lawyer replied that his wife couldn't make it. The woman asked him if he didn't have relatives or friends who could have used the seat. He replied, "Oh, they are all at the funeral." As a little girl climbed onto Santa's lap, Santa asked the usual, "And what would you like for Christmas?" The child stared at him, open-mouthed and horrified for a minute, then gasped, "Didn't you get my email?" A man went to a seafood restaurant and asked for a lobster tail. The waitress smiled sweetly and said, "Once upon a time, there was this handsome lobster." Mrs. Smith, "Help me, doctor. My son, John, swallowed the can opener." Doctor, "Don't panic. He'll be all right." Mrs. Smith, "But how do I open the can of beans? The toast is getting cold." An elderly couple were killed in an accident and found themselves being given a tour of heaven by St. Peter. Here is your oceanside condo. Over there are the tennis courts, swimming pool, and 2 golf courses. If you need any refreshments, just stop by any of the many bars located throughout the area. "Heck, Gloria!" the old man hissed when St. Peter walked off. "We could have been here 10 years ago if you hadn't heard about all those stupid oat barn, wheat jam and low-fat diets." Nurse, "Doctor, there is an invisible man in your waiting room." Doctor, "Tell him I can't see him now. Next." This old man visits his doctor, and after a thorough examination, the doctor tells him, "I have good news and bad news. What would you like to hear first?" Patient, "Well, give me the bad news first, doctor." Doctor, "You have cancer. I estimate that you have about 2 years left." Patient, "That's terrible. In 2 years my life will be over. What kind of good news could you probably tell me after this?" Doctor, "You also have Alzheimer's disease. In about 3 months, you are going to forget everything I told you." I was in a library once when a man walked in asking for some ham and cheese. The librarian politely told him that he was in a library. The man first apologized and then whispered to the librarian, "Can I please have some ham and cheese?" A friend and I were standing in line at a fast food restaurant, waiting to place our order. There was a big sign posted, "No bills larger than $20 will be accepted." The woman in front of us, pointing to the sign, remarked, "Believe me, if I had a bill larger than $20, I wouldn't be eating here."